Jane Daniel. Pineapple Podcast.
What episode is this? 12?
No, I posted 12
Oh, shit.
today, actually.
Man, fuck 12.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck 12. Dude, actually, I'm kind of pissed about 12 right now, though. Because we were playing all these YouTube videos, and I was playing all these videos with, like, super low amounts of views and stuff. Because if I play those, like, there's no, like, copyright on them or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, literally, I play all the ones that I wanted to feature on that podcast, and I was super excited about it, and they were like really funny because I like searched, like I dug, like
Yeah.
there were like no views on some of these,
Like
and they were like
deep dive.
yeah, and it was like awkward, and like I'll show you some, like they're really good. Some great YouTubers out there, like solid, like but like at the very end, like I was like ready to finish. I felt it like come in, like ending and everything. And I was like, I'm gonna look up one more. And like this one, I was just looking up on the fly.
Yeah.
And it was just this little like Hispanic kid in some like rickshaw or something. Like he's like walking around. It's like dusty. The camera's like really like old.
Oh, God.
And but he's playing music in the background. It's like real muffled. But there's a copyright on the song. And so like even though I played, it's literally like 30 seconds long
Of a video that no one has seen.
and I got it got copyrighted, and so I got a copyright claim, which means I can't monetize it. So that kind of sucks, but
That does suck.
yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting about that whole thing is like, apparently, I've been watching a lot of videos about copyright for I don't really know why,
Yeah.
what the reason is, but apparently, copyright is really not a well-regulated law in the sense of like other actual laws. Like it's not like robbing a physical item,
Mhm.
you know? It's still being workshopped and everything, and no one can really agree on what it is necessarily. And apparently, it's just mostly like the owners of the content either just kind of being like, we don't really care enough to sue you, it would be bad will, or like just letting you do what the fuck ever you want because they don't care enough, even though it is illegal technically. And so the fact that they flagged you for copyright is just kind of very odd
Yeah.
that they would pick that moment. Like they had to pick it, they had to hand pick it.
Well,
Because
no.
a lot of the times they don't do anything.
Well, they can't actually. They don't. That's the crazy thing. So most of the time, that's true. But when it's on, apparently like H3H3, you know about them?
Mm-mm.
So they're like bigger YouTubers, but they're like you should really look into if you're. I don't know why you're so interested in the copyright stuff, but if you are, you should definitely look into them because they're like really funny YouTubers. But one of the big things that has kind of made them kind of like disregarding the sexual assault, the Louis C.K. of like YouTubers, where
Right.
it's like those the underground, like gritty, like
Hard hitting.
yeah, true to the game, like
Yeah.
they've never compromised for nothing, and that's because like they like a lot of their content is like watching YouTube videos and like commenting and reacting to them, and like they have a podcast now, and like and so they like are really big into like they'll push back on them, and they say a lot of times it's like an AI that's just listening through videos, and then like if it hears something that matches something in their like lexicon of like Sony Music Group, Universal Music Group, or there's like three major ones.
Yeah.
And then if it matches something in the lexicon, it like flags it immediately. But what people don't get is that like you can actually like challenge those.
Yeah.
So I might try and challenge it. I don't. Apparently, there's no like ramifications for like challenging it and failing. Like, cause they were saying how it's like people are often like scared to challenge it because they think like
It's gonna get worse.
or like YouTube's gonna like blackball them because they're like, but it's just like really you're talking to a robot for the majority of it. So they'll do like a deeper scan of the video, and if you continue to like push back on it, like usually like a human will listen to it.
Do you have to prove like fair use to make it?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So there's some instances where it's fair use. So if there's some sort of commentary on it,
Like a criticism, but
Mhm.
not being slanderous.
what? Yeah. So you can do some sort like that, yeah. And then I think it can't be over like 30-second spans, which I might have maxed that out. Which I had a copyright claim on one of them, and I just blanked the sound out during that time.
Yeah.
Which that's something YouTube does for you, so I don't have to like pull the video down and like edit it. It's just like really weird. Like I haven't gone back and listened to it, but I can only imagine like if you're like mid conversations, like yeah, so let's listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
and then it's just like dead for a little bit, and then it just comes back. Like I don't know.
Wasn't that great, you guys?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Didn't you like that part where? Yeah, I did too. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. But to your question, 12.
What?
15.
This
This
is
is podcast
15?
number 15. And people will probably be listening to this on a Saturday.
Dope.
This will be on Saturday. So, let's project some Saturday vibes out into the world.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You've been living like Saturday. What we were talking about beforehand. So I don't think ever before in my life I've blacked out midday and then continued my day. When do you just like click, like you're back in it, like you're back in the game, or did you pass out
Second
and wake
wind.
up?
So Mitch and I both had the whole day off.
Yeah.
And we decided, we were like, we're going to clean all day today. And so we were doing a lot of that good stuff. And then I was like, all right, it's officially afternoon. It was like 1 o'clock. And I was like, I'm going to try and see if I can't get drunk from a Truly, because I bought like a 15 pack or like a 12.
And you thought you could get drunk off a 15-pack of Trulies?
Well, I had been drinking Trulies, trying to get drunk from a Truly like a normal human being, like if I was drinking it at a normal rate like I would, and I just would drink like 4 and not feel anything. And I was like, that's because they're bubbly and I can't drink them really fast and they're only 5%, like whatever. So I upped the ante by not eating anything before I started drinking and putting a straw in that bitch, because I was like,
Yeah.
it's not beer. It's not going to get grosser when I drink it through a straw, so like fuck it. And yeah, no, apparently you can get very drunk off Trulies if you try hard enough. And
Yeah.
I only really ever decided to buy them because, like, the first time I tried Trulies, I tried grapefruit and it was awful. But I love grapefruit LaCroix, so I thought it was going to be good, and it wasn't. And then we started selling Trulies at work, and I was like, well, it's different. It's mixed berry. Maybe I'll try it and see if I can actually recommend it. I know everyone's trying to sell it to see if we can do it for summer. I do recommend it.
Yeah.
I just, I ended up blacking out around 3 o'clock. We had a friend over, and he knew I was drunk, but I didn't really feel like I was as drunk as I was, and I don't remember the blackout period, but I do remember, like, the before and after. It was a very blip of a blackout, and, yeah, he left. I was like, I'm going to take a nap, and then I woke up at, like, 4:30 and went about my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull that mic in a little bit. Yeah.
Went about my day.
You can totally you can grab it. You can move
Pull
it
it
around.
towards me.
Yeah, you want to. I tell people the little trick is just to grab like this, do this
Okay.
little pinch,
Yeah.
and you can move that thing around. It'll move with you.
Excellent.
Yeah. And I'm gonna shift over a little bit. Ugh. I don't like sitting on corners.
No.
Corners are not fun.
They're sharp.
They're sharp. They're dangerous. Gosh, man. I had things in my pockets before I started this. I don't know where those things went. What was the thing? Now I'm forgetting. I had a question for you, but I can't remember the question. I'm hoping I'll remember the question at some point. But We will continue. I will say, I definitely went through. I didn't do the Trulies. I went White Claw phase for a little bit, and I mean, you start drinking those things, and it doesn't taste like there's alcohol in them at all.
No.
And then I did the same thing you did. Not like I would drink them and like not get drunk, you know, like I would drink like 4 or 5 of them, and like I'd be like, oh, well, I'm not really feeling much, I guess. And then, but instead of what you did and like not eat, I heard from somebody, they were like, oh, you gotta mix them with vodka. So like I'm at my house mixing these things with vodka, like as if they're soda water, and you get fucked up, like, because you're essentially like, it's like you're taking your soda water and making 5%.
Your mixer needs a mixer.
Yeah,
like it's
exactly. Like my mixer is my drink. Like it's really taken things to a new level. Not to say I hadn't done that before, because in college we used to you would take a big swig out of your Rolling Rock, and then you would pour a shot of tequila into your Rolling Rock, and then you would do like a little bit of mixer in there. So it'd be like sweet and sour mixer, a shot of tequila, and a Rolling Rock, and we drink those.
absolutely fuck that. Like that sounds so gross.
It was actually not that bad. I liked it because it's like if you love like chocolate cake, like fried chicken, and you love like I don't know, like apples, and you're just like, these will be good together.
These are my 3 favorite foods.
I'll just add them into one thing, and then it actually tastes good.
But
like,
no one thought it would, because who fucking tries that?
Yeah, it's just like the people who like dip soy sauce in pizza. Have you ever tried that?
No, I don't think I'm gonna start though. I don't think that's the thing I'm gonna experiment with.
It's like an umami substitute. Like as a palate, it works. Yeah, it complements. It's like it's basically replacing the Parmesan you would put on your pizza.
I feel like I would have to do like a non-red sauce pizza to dip with soy sauce, and I would want to do more veggies than meats. Because I'm already gonna have that umami, like savory component with the soy sauce or the meat, so I don't really want to double up on that necessarily. But I also don't know, because I don't even put soy sauce on my like sushi. Like I don't like that at all.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't want to fuck up whatever the flavor of the sushi is. Like I don't do wasabi or soy sauce because I'm
ginger
a purist. I do that in between if I have different rolls, but if I don't have different rolls, I just have a little bit at the beginning and then I eat the rest of my sushi. And just leave all the fixins far fucking away from me.
So you eat ginger in between different rolls?
It's like a palate cleanser, so you're supposed to eat it like at the beginning of starting to eat sushi to get whatever the fuck you ate before off your tongue, and then in between sushi rolls, so that you're coming at each sushi, like different sushi roll with like a cleansed, fresh palate. So you're not mixing flavors.
So wait, does the wasabi have like a special skill?
No, it's just spicy.
Oh, okay.
Which, like, you think the ginger's not spicy? I thought it was tuna the first time I ever ate sushi. I didn't know that one roll was like, I didn't know a roll was a whole roll. I thought a roll was like a piece. And so I was like, it is expensive to eat sushi. And so I bought like a tuna lovers like platter, and I had so much sushi. And I was like, this is a lot. And I saw ginger for the first time, and I was like, oh, that's just thinly shredded tuna. Give me that. And I took the whole thing and I put it in my mouth, and I was like, oh my fucking god.
Damn.
Like, I knew the wasabi. I was like, you can't trick me, green stuff. And like, I fucking ate all the ginger at the same time.
You're not like Mater in Cars 3 who thinks that's guacamole.
No.
Dude, Cars.
I just thought they shouldn't make it look so pink. It should be the white one. Like, they have white and pink ginger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they should never give you
the white one.
The pink one.
Or the
when
pink
they're
one.
also serving you tuna.
You couldn't like kind of like smell it? You didn't like
thought it was fish smell.
You were just like, mine now.
This is my first time, and I'm already overwhelmed by, like, I have a platter, It cost me like...
Did no one warn you? Were you there alone?
No, I was there with a friend who was also a stupid fucking, like, 13-year-old or whatever.
Oh, y'all were really young.
Yeah, I was really
okay.
young. And, like, my mom... It wasn't my first time eating sushi, I guess, but it was my first time ordering it alone.
Yeah.
And, like, my mom wasn't there holding my hand telling me what I would like, so I was just like, I know I like tuna. Give me the tuna platter. And...
It's a lot of fucking tuna.
It fucked me up, fam. Like, I had to call my mom and have her put more money on my debit card because I maxed it out.
No.
But I also only got, like, the equivalent of $5 a week on my, like, debit card when I was a little kid.
Oh.
I got, like, $20 once a month was the way we had it set up.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't want to pay, like, $5 for one piece of sushi. I want a whole roll. And I thought that's what I had to do to get a whole roll was get a platter.
Dang. And so your mom's just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. She was so mad.
I think I like probably got the first. Okay, I'm stuttering over this. The first time I got I guess it wasn't the first time I got sushi, but it was probably the first time I went to like a sushi place with friends. But like, I for a while there I could just destroy sushi, and I got like I told the server like I wanted like 6 rolls or like it was like 5 or 6,
Yeah.
and like everybody at the table was like, Austin, slow down, that's a lot, and look at you. And I was just like watch me, and then I just like ate all of those
6 sushi rolls.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but that's what I do with food. Like I and I do it really with everything in my life, honestly. I just kind of like try and take in all of it at once, you know? From sushi to bacon to, emotions, to relationships, just all these things, alcohol, just all these things, just try and take all of it in at once, and then I just become sick of it, and I go, I don't want it anymore.
Get it away from me.
And now I just, like, very, very little eat sushi or bacon or relationships or emotions.
How's the booze going? How's your sobriety?
It's good. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not great. Booze isn't as hard.
Is it more of like the nicotine?
It's the nicotine.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, and it's just more like sometimes I just get like my dad's this way, and so like I always say like my dad's kind of peeking through in me sometimes when like I get like just like petty angry, like where I want to just like you've probably seen it at the restaurant where I get frustrated with something, and so I just throw it, like I just like throw stuff and just like throw it across the room because I need to break something just to like calm myself down for some reason.
That's your venting. Yeah,
like I just want to throw something, and so I throw stuff, but like, and usually it's like maybe I'll get one of those, like, maybe twice a month. Usually it's probably just once a month. But like lately it's been like I get one of those every 2 days right now. Like, cuz it's like even tonight, like I was trying to we got water on like an outlet at work, and so I'm like pulling the outlet out, but I wanted to pull it all the way up to me, like so that I could like dry it off. But it was like caught on something, and it kept catching, and I was just like, "You fucking kidding me?" And I just tore it, and like it like shook the cooler, and like I finally got it off, and I was like, "Yeah, that's right, I'm in control of this situation, not my emotions, but this cord I am." And then I just kind of sit there and look around and go, "That was a little unnecessary, Austin. Let's calm down a little bit." But yeah. Yeah, and it's just like reflex stuff. Like, you want to like grab for it sometimes. Like when I walk in the door, like into my house now, like I kind of go, "What's that thing I need to do? What's that thing I need to do?" Oh yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. That's I know what it is.
Actively not doing that. Yeah.
It's like creating another thing that you do when you get into the door. It's weird.
Yeah. What are you like going to do? Like when you like, what's your go-to, or what are you trying to do to substitute for that?
Right now, like both Will and me have discussed how At first, I was using sugar. Sugar doesn't work super well. So I ditched that. I try, but coffee seems to just be the thing that I'm leaning on. I'm 2 cups and 4 espresso shots deep for the day so far.
Day, yeah.
Yeah. So
when do you start your day?
At like 9 a.m.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but I mean, it's like it's weird in comparison to like on like a normal day like today. I would have had like one espresso shot and maybe 1 cup of coffee at the beginning of the day. But yeah, it's just like having something to like sip on or something. Just having something to like when I want it, like I can like sip on something else. Like it's
a
just
reflex, like you said.
Yeah. Like it's just like I want like a soda or a non-alcoholic beer just to like fucking fidget with. Like I was sitting in a podcast this morning and like I had brewed a cup of coffee and it was sitting right behind him. And I was just like the whole time I was talking to him I was like, I want to go get my cup of coffee. Like, I was like, it's right there. Like, and then finally I was like, he like yawned a little bit. And I was like, you need a cup of coffee? Like,
I have coffee.
There's one right there. You just hand me that one and you brew yourself one. And I was like, and he's like, this doesn't even look like coffee. I'm like, that's because it's Theraflu. I woke up this morning with a little bit of a congestion thing. Just give it over
Bring
here.
it over.
Yeah, give me something to sip on. I am freaking out right now. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, not the same thing, but like when I didn't have my phone for like a month, I was okay.
Do you have it back now?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
it
so
is
I
pretty
did.
and pink, and I love it.
Yeah, that's cool. Is that the 10?
That's a 10R, which
10R.
I don't know what the R stands for.
10 reddish.
Fucking regular, like I don't know.
Regular.
Because it was like $200, $300 cheaper than like the regular 10. And I was like, fucking fuck me up, fam. Like,
yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like, it works the same. It feels fine. I didn't realize I'm gonna need a toggle though because it does not have like the headphone jack, which was why I didn't get the 7. But what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
But
so I can text you now. I didn't have to go through Facebook.
Yeah,
okay,
but
cool.
I replied on Facebook because I'm like, I don't want to seem douchey. Like, I have my phone back. Like,
I mean, it would have been whatever. I
overthink.
I didn't know because even when you were like, I almost like was gonna message you when I got back and was like, hey, like, I'm back at the place, just letting you know. But then I was like, it's kind of pointless because if she's already left, she's not in front of her computer. And so I was just like, I guess I'll just sit and wait. Like, I was like, is this what people did in the olden days? Like, you just couldn't contact somebody if they weren't home? Like,
well, yeah, and like, there's so many jokes of like, if they didn't show up, that's because they died. Like, if you said you were gonna be somewhere, you had to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And like, that's what I had to do. Like, my mom would be mad at me if I didn't show up where I said I was gonna show up on time. And
yeah.
Like, that was annoying, and I'd have to remember to get on my laptop and tell her I got home. And I did that with Lucy, like, the last time we did the podcast. She was like, text me, and I was like, hey, and then I was like, fuck, I don't have my phone. So I went home, and I Facebook messaged her, and I think she was, like, not mad at me, but kind of like, bitch, you didn't tell me you got home okay, like, the next day at work. But, like, she just, because she doesn't go on Facebook, so she didn't see my message.
Who the fuck goes on Facebook?
Yeah. And,
well, what's crazy is, like, I have this thing. It's like, I'm not gonna put this up on the screen because it's like, but yeah, like I have like my messages like
separate from
my phone, so I can like
cool.
I can get on. I can just like because I've synced it up to my computer, so I can like look at all my messages on my computer that are on my phone, even if I don't have like my phone or whatever.
I could only see some texts from other iPhones on my computer because of the way they had like messages set up. And then when I went to the store to like get my new phone, I didn't check any of my texts because I wanted to like go see a movie as soon as I was done, which I didn't even get to do. And so
what movie were you gonna go see?
The Lego Movie 2, the second part.
What is it with you and these Lego movies?
They're so good.
Okay. Sure. All right.
They're so funny.
All right.
But like
I do like the
they're cute.
the thing that got me that will almost make me go see both those movies is that when the second trailer came out, none of it clicked with me except for right at the end where it goes Lego Movie 2, the second part. And I said, okay, I'll watch both of the movies for that, like, just to see. Okay.
Have you not seen any of them?
I saw the Lego Batman. It was
that one's so funny.
Yeah, it was generally good. It was really good. But I haven't. It was one of those things where it was like, somebody just like
too much like.
Well, it was somebody in my life I just don't trust their opinion on like artistic stuff, and like they got one right, but like Chandler's just an idiot. Like I just don't. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to throw her under the bus. No, yeah, but that was like totally her.
That was what she was like.
She was like, "We have to watch Lego Batman," and I was like, "No." And then she's like, "We're watching it." And I was like, "All right." And I was like, and then
lucky you.
Yeah. I was like, "Okay, you got me. That was actually decent." But
no, like I was not on board with the first one when I first watched it, and then like I kept telling Mitch, and who loves it, I was like, that's a stupid fucking movie. The only valid one is the Lego Batman movie, and it's because it has nothing to do with what the first one's about. And he was like, I hate that you hate everything I like. He went out for a trip to Maine or whatever, and while he was gone, I watched the Lego movie. I liked it so much, I watched it immediately afterwards with commentary. Like, I watched it twice in a row, and I called him, and I was like,
they have a commentary for that movie? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's got, like, Will Arnett, he was like the voice of Batman, and he's like talking on it, and I don't even think they got Chris Pratt because he's too big to like do the commentary for the Lego movie. But
he's probably working on his abs.
Probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mitch called me and he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm watching the Lego just the Lego movie." He's like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm like, "Yeah, this is the second time. This has commentary." And he just fucking died laughing because he's like, "Of course. When I go away, you're allowed to like the things I like." And I was like, "Yeah, pretty much." Like, so I would never concede.
So basically, y'all were like on the verge of separation, and you just needed to go out and love this movie so that you could maintain the relationship because it was about to break over the Lego movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had to build a new way to love each other. I didn't have blueprints, but I did it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, who the fuck needs those?
I absolutely recommend it, but just kind of go into it with more of an open mind than like the first time I watched it, I was like, yeah, I get everybody likes it. I don't really understand. And
yeah.
The second time I watched it, I was like, got nothing to fucking lose. I already fell asleep watching it the first time. Like, I don't give a shit. And
so you didn't give it a full chance.
I watched,
fell asleep.
I fell asleep, I guess, pretty early, actually. And, like, it ended up being really good. But I just, like, because I fell asleep, I was like, man, fuck that movie. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. But I do that a lot. Like, I do that a lot with things. Like, I get very eager to either latch onto something and like love it or dismiss it immediately, and I think I do the latter more frequently, so I'm missing out on some stuff, probably, I would say.
Yeah, that's definitely been like I guess like a growth thing for me, is like learning to like kind of like not, I don't know, like what it was, like the other day, like somebody came up to me and like I had just gotten to work. This is another thing. I don't think you should ever ask somebody's opinion about something if they've just gotten up from a nap. If I wake up from a nap, you shouldn't ask me anything. You should just let me go on autopilot, because I am going to be like they could be like, "So Austin, what do you think about yourself?" And I would be like, "I'm trash and you shouldn't talk to him. He's a horrible person and I hate him." But like somebody came up to me and they were just like, I was like putting on I was trying to get a radio station, and Bob Marley came on, and somebody was back there and they're like, oh, this song. And I was like, reggae's horrible, and I skipped this song. And then I just walked away, and I said, and I mean, you're gonna know who it is when you hear this, but like their favorite genre is country, and so I immediately turned around and I was like, it's almost as bad as country, and then I continued to walk away, and then like I caught myself, like during that shift when the shuffle got back around to that song, just singing along to the song, bopping along, and I was like, I love this song, like
Shit.
yeah, and I was like, crap, like
I was a dick early.
yeah, like dang, like maybe I should not be a dick.
Well, like, I think people have ruined or validated things for me more so than, like, I let my own opinion about something really decide if I like or hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 2 examples. Going along with the reggae thing. My boyfriend in high school, like, loved Bob Marley, loved reggae. And I just didn't really like it as much. And, like, after we broke up, I for sure was like, fuck reggae. I hate Bob Marley. His stupid ideas, like, blah, 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 blah. Not knowing anything about his ideas, just, like, knowing the 3 songs that everybody knows and being like, they're whatever. Like, they're
3
not my
Little
fave.
Birds.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, like, anytime I would go to work at Morgan Creek, like, we'd be listening to reggae, and I was like, can we not fucking listen to this shit? Can we listen to, like, Led Zeppelin all the time?
Yeah.
And
The only band you need to listen to.
the only band that's valid. And like, I went to Slightly Stoopid like 4 years ago or whatever at Charles, like the Riverfront Park, and it was fucking awesome. And I'm really glad I went and did it because I didn't want to go, and it was phenomenal. And I like reggae. Fine. It's fine. It's not my favorite. It didn't change my life, but I appreciate it a little bit more now. And then there are other things that, like, I felt like weren't cool to like, or I kind of wasn't gonna like them until, like, I had a cool friend say that they did like it. Like, I had this friend, she was like 4 years older than me when I was in high school. She was like my sister, or my friend's sister, and I would be like, oh my god, this new show Bob's Burgers is so funny. She's like, that's trash. And I was like, you're right, that's trash. And then, like, 2 years later, she's watching it by herself, and I'm like, I showed this to you like years ago and you said you hated it. She's like, it's really funny. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? Like, I did that. And like Diane Antwoord, like, my mom and I watched like music videos of them, I think when they kind of first became sensational here. And like in the Fatty Boom Boom music video, Yolandi, the girl, is like in blackface in like one of the scenes. But I guess it's like not as much of an issue for them where they are. It might have still been provocative, but it wasn't like she was doing blackface here. Like,
well, they didn't have what's it called? Starts with an M.
Are you talking about like those shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I don't know what the word is though.
What is
But, like,
minstrel shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did. Well, I mean, that's like pure. That's the first American musical art form. Is minstrel shows. No, for real though.
Boo.
That's the first original art form that came out of America, is the minstrel show. So, like, really, like, I guess other countries probably, unless they've, like, heard of it, like, I guess they wouldn't, like, really have a problem with it. I guess it's just, like, the N-word. Like, I don't think the N-word, like, is a big deal. Because, dude, when I was in India, Indians use the N-word like it's just, like, when they're just describing,
really?
like, right in front of a black person. Like, and the black person will just, just be like, oh, yes, like, yes. It is strange in America. You have, the people, like, they'll say, like, a black person will be they'll both be using the word, an Indian person and a black person, and they'll be like, yes, in America, they dress very different from over here, the black people there. There's not many of them, but they're not saying that. They're saying, and you're just like, oh my gosh, stop. Like, somebody in America is going to hear that I'm listening to that right now.
I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah, I'm going to get arrested. American cops are going to pull in. They're going to be like, yeah.
Yeah. And I think it is kind of like less of a stigma in South Africa, but I don't really know the intricacies, so I'm not going to pretend like I do. But my mom, like, I was like, oh, I kind of like that they're making fun of our pop culture or whatever, because in the song they do. Like, they have Lady Gaga walking around, like, Johannesburg and just wearing like a meat dress, but it's like a dude dressed up like Lady Gaga, and it's like, ew, that's a lion. And like kind of disrespect for South African culture and therefore like die inward from like big American pop personas. And I was like, oh, it's kind of an interesting thing. And my mom's like, yeah, but what about all the blackface? And I was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. And then my friend's older sister started listening to it like a few years after that. And I was like, oh, I know them. Didn't they do that really racist thing? She's like, it's not racist where they are, so it's fine. And I was like, okay, it's cool to like them. And like, I just was realizing like, I really don't understand how to like things by myself. Like,
Yeah.
Or hate things by myself. I think I'm more comfortable doing that, but like I really, really, really need to be cool. So having other people validate the things that I like feels awesome. And I don't like defending things that people think are not cool because it makes me cry.
Really?
Yeah, like the boss I told you about from Morgan Creek, we were all hanging out at his house one time trying to figure out something to watch, and I was like, oh, Joe Rogan stand-up's on Netflix now, like, let's watch that. And he's like, Joe Rogan sucks. And I was like, he doesn't suck, he's really funny, like, he makes good points. And he was like, that's because you're, like, not an adult and you don't know what you're talking about. And that hit a nerve because I've always been hanging out with older people.
Yeah.
I've always been, like, not quite there yet, and like the fact that he said that to me, like he knew it would bother me, and it hurt my feelings a lot, and I was a moody drunk for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Like,
what a fucking dick thing
he
to
was a
say, though.
dick.
Yeah, like
he's like a 36-year-old guy hanging out with me, like
oh,
a
yeah.
19,
oh, this
18,
is the guy.
19, yeah, like an 18, 19-year-old kid calling me a baby for liking Joe Rogan,
which is something that came out in his generation. If not before that. Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan's like in his 50s now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's a 50. I think he's like
a
year or two past 50.
Yeah, I think he's like 52, 51. Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
I just don't like catching shit for stuff that is not my fault.
Yeah. Well, gosh. And I think especially, I don't know. Like, I think especially with stuff like when you have somebody say something in some way is offensive, it's hard to stand your ground with that. Because, like, you know, like what you're saying, like with Die or D Antwoord or however you pronounce it, like they, you know, they do blackface, and like that's something you don't want to support. And so when somebody says that's a little racist, you kind of go, ah, shit, yeah, I probably shouldn't support that. And then when somebody gives you this argument of like, well, actually in their culture it's not, then you're like, oh, like when that's such a weird thing that we can't like something despite its flaws, I guess.
Right. Like you can't separate the morality of something from like the merit or quality of like art in general, I think is what this is revolving around.
Yeah, because I mean, I remember when I was working at another restaurant, there was a guy like I still like look up to a ton. Like he's just like really cool dude. He's a funny guy, and he's just like, I don't know. He's like he gets his shit together. Like you know, he just kind of handles business, and he's like just like a dude that, you know, he works hard and he takes care of his shit, and like.
I've heard care of business.
Yeah, and I've heard some of his backstory now from like I've met some of his like cousins and stuff, and like I've learned that like that probably it's kind of like that wasn't necessarily like something that was like given to him, like that integrity. So it's kind of really respectable. But he like. I was listening to like some music one day, and like I still go back and listen to this music, but like he brought up a point of like you know, the whole song was about like fuck America, you know, like, and it was just like fuck America this blah blah blah, and he brought up a point. He's like yeah, they're kind of cool, but like he's like I just don't think their points have much valor. Like he's like I understand like you may not like all these things about it, but they don't really bring up like a even spectrum of like what's going on. And like in that moment I was like yeah, I can't listen to it. But like as I've like grown up, I've gone, well, yeah, like, but do I have to agree with everything that like somebody says in a song to like what they do, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I even go back to, because like I kind of got into hip hop through like Christian music, because my parents were like really like controlling on like music.
Yeah.
And so like early on I was listening to like, well, I got into hip hop because I downloaded this like weird radio app on my like BlueBerry phone.
Yeah.
And it was called Slacker Radio, and I would listen to the hits, and Eminem and Lil Wayne were like really big at the time, and so I was listening to them, but then I would talk about them, and then like the people at church were like, no, you should listen to Lecrae. Still a huge fan of Lecrae. He's an amazing artist. He's definitely destigmatized Christian hip hop. You should actually go check him out. He's really cool. Because he was one of the guys who was like, we shouldn't have Christian music. It doesn't make sense. It's like you should just be Christians and be in music, just like, you know, an atheist or a Muslim. It's just he's like, you don't capitalize on the religion. That doesn't make sense. It's like it's like you're making money off your religion. Like, you know, because if you tell everybody I'm a Christian, then a bunch of parents are just gonna like hand you money, and your music is trash.
Like, this is safe. Like, thank God. Like,
yeah. But yeah. So, so I started with that music, and I don't necessarily agree with all of it. But I can't say like if I didn't go back to like it's just like when you go back to like a fucking like Fall Out Boy or Avril Lavigne song, and you're just like, you know, you don't necessarily like, you're not bumping this around with your friends, but it's like a song that you reminisce on. It's like, I remember listening to this song. like you listen to Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day, and you're just like, oh my gosh, 4th grade. Like, yes, I was so punk back then. I remember singing this in the mirror. Like, but like, I don't know. It's not that I agree with everything in all this musics. All those musics.
All the musics.
But yeah, so I don't know. That is weird. I guess you get more of like an integrity. Also, do you even know who you are at the time? Like what you believe about stuff, like when you're growing up like that. Not you specifically,
but
like
in general. Like, I'm just trying to think if I like what I thought when I was listening to whatever the fuck I was listening to back in the day. Like, for a long time, the only rapper I liked was like Eminem, because it was what my mom.
Because he was white.
It was what my mom put on my iPod, and yeah. Well, also I just like, I know.
You gotta stick with your people, you know.
My mom didn't really like rap, but she liked Shake That, and so that was on my iPod when I was a kid. And
that's the one Eminem song. Is that how you were introduced to Eminem?
Yes, it was.
Yes, love that. That's a great song.
And then, or Akon, but featuring Eminem. So I liked Akon.
Which song was that?
Smack That. Shake That and
okay.
Smack That were the songs I knew.
There's a lot of songs about that, and we all knew what it was. Smack That, Shake That. What is that? You're just young. You're just like, what is he talking about?
I've told you, like, when I would listen to the Black Eyed Peas, when, like, it would be my humps, I thought Fergie was referring to a really nice rock that she had out front in her yard, and she would just sit at her window making sure no one touched her rock, because if you touch it, she's gonna start some drama. And like,
yeah.
I don't know. But
did somebody tell you at one point Fergie was like a 70-year-old woman that was at a retirement home?
Again, like, other people influencing the things I like I remember just hearing like Daniel Tosh say that Fergie's fugly, and people just talking shit about the Black Eyed Peas in general and being like, Black Eyed Peas aren't cool, can't listen to that anymore. And then I started listening to them again, like on a whim or whatever, like probably accidentally, and I was like, the Black Eyed Peas fucking bump. Like, I don't give a shit, and I don't. Like, I fucking love the Black Eyed Peas to this day. Like,
dude, let's get it on. Or let's get it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucking slaps. Like, it's so good. Like,
Dirty Bit. Dirty Bit.
And it's just fun. And, like, I know it's probably stupid or whatever, or maybe they're not that good, but, like, it's so much fun, and I don't even give a, like.
Have you heard their new stuff?
Not really, because Fergie's not in it.
Yeah, but it's still pretty good.
I believe it. I believe it's probably pretty good, but.
Well, and, like, I always felt like I feel like you had to be kind of You had to be kind of naive to not think that will.i.am and Fergie were the ones like running that group.
Well,
like
I got really mad because I watched a Saturday Night Live skit about that, about how like Taboo and Apple D App are like the supporting members of the band, and I got so mad because for a long time I had a big crush on Taboo from the band. Like I loved him.
what? What are you talking about? Taboo and Apple.
Taboo
and who?
Apple D App.
That's the other two guys'
Those
names?
are the other two guys' names.
Never heard him before. I literally, when you said that, I thought you were talking about this two streaming services, Tidal and Apple. I was like, they have a ban on the Black Eyed Peas?
No, those are the other two guys' names. And Taboo is the guy that has like the long, silky black hair, and I was in love with him. And like, I got really offended when they were like, it's all about Fergie and will.i.am. I was like, and Taboo.
You're not even going to include the other guy.
And Taboo though,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But Taboo probably has the least amount of lines in any song. Like,
Yeah.
he really, like, he is probably more supporting. But the three of them, without Fergie, have been friends for so long, and they've been doing the Black Eyed Peas for so long. But it only really blew up once they included Fergie,
Yeah.
and no one cares now that Fergie's not in it,
Which
is unfortunate.
What's the deal with that? Was there like a falling out, or is Fergie just like done?
So like when she went and did her solo thing, like will.i.am also kind of did a solo thing, and then they made that like, I think the album where there's like all the cute little cartoons and like little boxes, and then I think they're just kind of like, Fergie's doing her own solo stuff again, and the Black Eyed Peas are like, we're still, yeah.
What?
Have you heard the song MILF?
No.
It is a song by Fergie, aka Stacey Ferguson, and it is about being a hot mom, pretty much. And she gets Kim Kardashian and like Chrissy Teigen in the music video, and the like main line or whatever in the song is like, "Let me see your MILF shake," and
wait, hold on. I feel like that song's kind of old, isn't it?
it's like 2 or 3 years old.
Oh, okay. So I have heard that,
and
but like,
she did another song where she's talking about all these different cities, like a couple years ago. Like I don't really know what she's doing right this second, but last I heard, she was still doing her own stuff.
dude, she's been in a lot of
A lot of.
television.
Was she in Law and Order?
She was in The Four, Battle for Stardom. So she's a host on that singing show right now, The Launch competition series. She's on a lot of like access television and shit.
Boo.
Yeah.
If you're not on Law and Order at least one point in your acting career, did you even act?
Yeah. Oh, well, at one point, let's see. Whoa, she was on Class of 3000? That's pretty badass. I didn't know that. That's... Do you know that show?
Mm-mm.
It's the show where it's an animated cartoon show that was on Cartoon Network, and it's all these kids who are in a music program, and the teacher of the class is Andre 3000. And so it's one of the coolest shows.
So
you have to go watch it. If you can
cool.
find it, it is so cool. Because, like, it's just some badass music.
That's so
yeah.
awesome. I love that he did that.
Yeah, I know. Andre 3000, like, he's one of the most prolific artists just across the board. He's done some crazy shit. Dude, she's in a Charlie Brown special. She's in a couple of...
She's Sally Brown.
Oh, what?
The fuck? Like a couple times.
Yeah.
When she was a kid, I guess, 1985, like she would have been like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 12, 14.
Well, what is she? She's
She's 43.
Okay.
So she would have been 10. She was born in 75.
Okay.
Did you know that the reason that there is so much spelling in Fergie and Black Eyed Peas songs is because Fergie, when she was a little girl, was like a spelling bee champion?
How do you know all these things?
I just go on like Wikipedia deep dives several times, like in a day or whatever, about random shit.
Well, I'm confused why they don't have her discography.
Because she's got so much.
No, she's only got 2 things on her own. Okay, so I would have to look up Black Eyed Peas. So she's in a group called Wild Orchard first. And that was from 1990 to 2003. And then she was in Black Eyed Peas from
2003 to like
1998.
Really?
Yeah. So I guess she was in 2 groups for a while. That's kind of crazy. Oh, wow. number 18 out of 25 best girl groups of all time was Wild Orchid.
Orchid?
Didn't know that. Orchid. Is that what that is? Orchid? Yeah. Orchid? I think you're saying this wrong, Jay. I'm going to be honest with you. So
all the orchards just have like fucking cowboy hats. It's a wild, wild orchard. All the trees.
Oh, that reminds me of Fleet Foxes song. Do you listen to Fleet Foxes?
Oh wait, I've heard one song by Fleet Foxes because I was trying to make a mixtape for somebody that likes more like indie music.
Yeah.
And I was doing a lot of extensive research because at the time I only listened to Fall Out Boy. And I was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
Was make a mixtape for somebody with different musical tastes than me.
Well, if you ever have a chance, go listen to Helplessness Blues by Fleet Foxes. It's one of the greatest albums of all time. One of the greatest albums of all time. Hands down.
Heard.
I'll back that up. It's one of those albums I just keep coming back to. That and like Sufjan Stevens' Age of Ads.
I usually
Yeah.
don't listen to like full albums. Like
What?
TBH.
Real?
Yeah, like
You didn't even listen to Double Duchess by Fergie that came out in 2017? This is the MILF song. Sorry, but keep going.
Yeah. When I was like in middle school, early high school, like I was really excited to get to go to Barnes and Noble and buy CDs for bands I liked. Like I bought a Limp Bizkit Best Hits CD, and and guess what? I went to Goodwill recently and rebought that CD. Like I bought it a second time.
Gosh, you're feeding into the biscuit. Good grief.
I want more biscuit, please. But and I bought like
vicious biscuit cycle.
shout out to Vicious Biscuit.
Yeah.
But like I bought like as many Panic at the Disco albums that were out that I could get, and My Chemical Romance, and like a couple like Green Day albums, which I did not like Green Day as much as I was supposed to as like a wannabe emo kid, but like I would try really hard to like something I was told I'm supposed to like.
But you're wearing a flannel right now. I'm confused.
No, dude. I fucking know.
Are you wearing?
Here's the tea.
I did Converse or something. We're having Converse. I don't understand.
I'm about to spill the tea, sis. So like,
I just heard that term. That means gossip.
yeah, we said it yesterday.
Yeah.
Or day before.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
That lame kid said it, so I'm using it mockingly.
It's good. It works. It works in all contexts.
Yeah.
But like, I really just solidly liked probably like 2 or 3 bands at the time for real, and I faked the rest of it. There were songs I heard on Rock Band 2 that I was like, this fucking slaps, and then I would try and listen to the rest of the fucking songs from that band or whatever, and I would not like it, and I would just pretend to like it and talk about it like I knew what I was talking about, and that's how I kind of had people around me that liked things that I lied about, and
Dang.
I called them my friends.
Yeah.
Because I wanted friends really, really badly.
Yeah.
Like, there's one Avenged Sevenfold song that I like. It's called Little Piece of Heaven. It's about killing your would-be fiance because she turned down your proposal and then having sex with her body, and then she comes back as a zombie, kills you. You realize you were wrong. You guys get zombie married. And that sounds like bullshit.
It's a lot to happen in one song, too.
It's a lot to unpack. It's an 8-minute song.
Okay.
The music video, I thought that was just a music video. That's exactly what happened in the video. But that's what happens in the song.
Yeah.
Like, I listened to the song separate from the video because I really just focused on the cartoon like video that they did.
Yeah.
And that's word for word like what happens in the song. And I loved it because the video was fucking weird. And like I hate the rest of Avenged Sevenfold's music. Same for like The Used. Like I like 1 or 2 of The Used songs because of music videos, and I tried to like them for real outside of that context, and I fucking hated them. But I kept them on my phone because it was like, I paid money for this and I'm trying to be emo. Like I want to be like them.
See, I just never like. I don't know. I liked. I genuinely liked Green Day. I had to like fight my parents to get Green Day songs because a couple of them had explicit science on it. My parents were not okay with that. That was like a week-long conversation for me to just get the one song American Idiot.
Well, they say fag in that song.
I didn't know that. I thought
bad.
it was fuck is what they say fuck
I
at
think they
one
say
point.
fuck probably too, but they say fag, and I didn't like that when I was a
Well-
little kid. I had problems with it.
Yeah, my parents went to church, so they were okay with that. They just
Right, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
they just weren't okay with the fuck part. It wasn't the fact that, you know, they were making a joke about burning gay people, you know, it was the fuck. Yeah,
Which
sex.
F-bomb matters.
Yeah, sex. That's what they were scared of. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird now to think about it.
I was
Yeah.
a big pretender because I just I had like a vision of what I wanted to be, and then like I was just liking things to try and fit into that.
Mm.
And like my friend Alex in high school loved Katy Perry, loved Katy Perry. And I was like, fuck Katy Perry, it's girly, I fucking hate it. And like, just because it wasn't in the genre that I was trying to be a part of. And then I would listen to it by myself, and I don't really like it anymore. But at the time I was like, oh my God, I hate that I love this song right now. Like, hell yeah, Teenage Dream. And
Yeah, because Teenage Dream was it was a good song.
it's a good song.
Like California Girls.
I do
Also,
enjoy
when
it.
you're like a young guy, like, and you see California Girls, you're like, what is happening to me? You're like, what? Okay.
Also, I hated Kesha because I heard everybody said she was trash, and I was like, yeah, she's trash, but like, it's fun trash. Like, I don't care anymore about
Also,
like
did you hear what happened to her?
with her whole producer thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's insane.
Free Kesha.
Yeah. Well, she's free now. So.
Good.
Yeah, she's.
Good. We did it, you guys.
Yeah.
We said it enough times that the hashtag worked. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's out in Nashville now doing country music.
Is she really?
Mhm.
That's
Yep,
real.
Yeah, there's like, I watched a little documentary thing on it because I didn't understand like what all was going on with Kesha, and also I was in the same boat. I thought Kesha's music was complete trash because it was, you know, like
But it's fun trash.
yeah,
If you're trying to set the mood for like a party or whatever, it works.
sure.
It does the job.
Sure, yeah. Like, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, it's throwaway. You could have any other person sing that song and it would come out the exact
Totally.
same.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, it was just like, oh, she got screwed over. Oh no. Like, I was just like, I don't give
Oh,
a shit.
boy.
And then you like fucking
You
see the
see.
story and you're just like, ugh, I probably shouldn't use that phrasing. Like, yeah. But yeah, now she's out doing country music.
Good. That one song that she put out like a year or two ago, like, I don't know, I think it's called like Praying or something like that.
Mm.
But with her like natural voice, like not auto-tuned at all, it was like so good. And I would listen to it when I had radio in my car. I would listen to it on the way to work or whatever.
When I had radio.
I
in my
don't
car.
anymore.
Have you fixed that situation?
No, but I have
No.
a phone now, so I'm not just singing every Fall Out Boy song I know by heart.
Yeah.
It's a lot better.
You're playing it on your phone.
I'm playing it on the
You're
phone. But what was I just saying? Yeah, it was really good, and I'm glad she's doing like whatever the fuck she wants out wherever she wants to be.
Mhm.
Like, that's really great. I'm glad that she's hashtag free,
Yeah.
but
Not really free, just hashtag fee.
hashtag free. Trademark. Copyright.
Don't say that. I'm going to get the video pulled.
Probably.
Or maybe you have to clarify it.
This is
gotta
fair
keep-
use because we criticized Kesha's music a fair bit.
Yeah, trash. But fun trash.
Fun, functional trash.
Functional trash. What's in a... I was actually having this conversation with somebody else. What is the... We use different phrasing for it, but I like functional trash the best. That's really good phrasing for what we're talking about.
Thank you. Yeah.
Trademark.
Trademark.
What is the number one functional trash artist that you have ever come across? Because I have mine like locked and loaded.
I will
but
tell you.
yeah, go ahead.
And this is less on my own benefit, more so things I've seen my mom get the function from, and I think it's trash. Flo Rida. My mom fucking loves Flo Rida. Florida. I didn't get it for
Fluoride?
so long.
Fluoride?
Fluoride. My
God.
mom loves Flo Rida. It's ridiculous the amount she loves Flo Rida. When it was her birthday, she was listening to so much of it, and I always just think about like the end of the movie The Hangover when I think of Flo Rida because they play
'Cause your
play
head
right
hurts?
round.
Oh.
They play right round at the end when they're looking at all the pictures that they took,
Yeah.
which Kesha features on that song, but she was uncredited at the time that came out.
What do you mean uncredited?
Like they didn't say featuring Kesha, but she does the whole like chorus with Flo Rida
Oh.
for Right Round.
I didn't know that.
She's the one singing. She's the lady voice. But my mom loves it. I think it's trash, but it gets her going, so fucking whatever.
It gets her going so she can hit on some bartenders with her husband right beside her.
He wasn't there.
Oh shit! I mean, never mind. Don't send this
No,
to your
but, like,
mom.
When my mom turned 40, which was 8 years ago, so I was 12.
So she's like 50.
Yeah.
7?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good job. Our babysitter bailed, and she had a party bus for like her, my stepdad, and their friends to go bar hopping downtown. So she was like, "Fuck it, you guys want to come?" And we were like, "Yes." And we went on.
Wait, how old are you?
I was 12. My sister was, let's see, 9.
Your mom's just like, fuck it, you gonna party too?
Yes, because it was just like our family friends and like my mom, and it was my mom's 40th birthday, and it was January, so we were like, we don't want to be home alone, like let's go. And
Well, what? Because it was January?
no,
What is that?
it's just some
It's
supporting-
my least favorite month. It's very lonely in January.
I need someone to hold.
Now, if it was February, I'd be like, okay, I'll stay here. But
Conference
it's
season's over, y'all. But yeah, so we went on the party bus. We listened to a lot of Flo Rida and shit like that. A lot of Black Eyed Peas, which was excellent.
Yeah.
And we went into the bars and stuff, and I just was like, "Can I have French fries?" At every single bar we went to, and I just ranked them. That was the way I spent my mom's birthday. I was just like trying to enjoy it with her, and I think that was one of the first moments of me just being like not old enough to hang, but older people wanting me to hang, and
Yeah.
like I couldn't do it, so I ate French fries. And now if I like go to bars with people, like on Misha's birthday, it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get fries wherever we go, like don't worry about it. And like we didn't go anywhere that had fries.
You're going up to like the cocktail waitresses. I'll have an order of fries. We don't serve food here. You're like the Michael Scott at bars. Oh my gosh. Actually, then I'll just have a cup full of maraschino cherries and a cup full of olives and a Sprite. God.
Don't mix them. For the love of God.
Keep
Don't
all
mix
that
my
shit.
olives and Sprite. Yeah, no. I don't think anybody was really eating on Misha's birthday, which bummed me out because we went to Santi's first, and like 2 people got chips and salsa. I was just eating chips. Like I was like, oh, I'm so starving. I thought we were going to dinner. And yeah, after that, I was just crushing my water bottle full of red wine on a hot night and getting loose.
Yeah, you should have gotten liquor instead.
I didn't have liquor. I had
Oh.
wine, so I was like, fuck
Why didn't
it.
you just go to the liquor store?
Afterthought.
Yeah.
I was
Liquor's-
like, I have booze. I will bring it with me. I basically had a big enough water bottle that I could fit the whole bottle of wine into it.
yeah.
So it's like, I can get fucked up on a bottle of wine, and
Yeah.
there'll be wine on the bus because she was drinking champagne,
Uh-huh.
which I did spill all over myself. Party buses are not my thing, but I only found that out that night
How'd you
Because-
spill it all over yourself?
because I'm sitting on the bus, and the bus went, "Ba-dut," and I was like, ugh.
Oh, they have the glasses.
Yeah, they were like open glasses, like plastic glasses of like wine.
What?
And I was like, sick. Like, let me just throw this back and all over my fucking shirt.
Yeah. See, I would have just played Slap the Bag. You ever played Slap the Bag?
No. What is slap the bag?
So the goal is to have you want only one person wins, right? So you get like box wine and you take it out of the
Nice.
box and you have the bag. So you got the loose bag and whoever has the bag slaps it and then they pour the wine in their mouth and they drink it, and then they pass it to the next person.
How
and
long do you have to drink it for?
That doesn't matter.
Whatever you
You
want.
just drink, yeah, and then you pass it to the next person. They do that too.
And you win by being the one that finishes the bag.
Mm.
Who wins? How do you win?
Yeah, you just gotta win. That's the game me and my friends used to play.
I think I win if I'm the only player, but
Yeah.
there's 4 bottles of wine in a box of wine,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah, usually we don't get to the end of the
$20 for a box of wine
game.
is so fair. That is so nice.
It's shitty though.
No, it's really good nowadays. Like, I get like where it was like when they were first doing it, but now like I think millennial culture, aka starving culture, aka I don't give a shit culture,
Yeah.
has become such a marketing demographic that they have made quality boxed wine, because I've had it. Like, it's
Yeah.
good. Like Boda Box, I do not hate it at all.
Well, I just don't like wine. Like, I'm not
Ah.
attacking the quality of it.
And
I was just
also,
saying
I
it's
don't
just
really-
shitty to do. Like, I don't like it.
I don't even really like care. I don't really give a shit about wine, but I like drinkable wine. Like, I don't like dry wines, and I
Mhm.
don't like most reds. I had a sweet red from like Winking Owl, which is like the $3 Aldi brand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever had that before,
Mm.
but it tasted like juice.
Yeah.
Literally grape juice, and I was just like, fuck me up, fam. And it did not fuck me up at all. The alcohol content in it was so low. Like, for wine, it was like 8% for the bottle of wine versus like 12. Bummer.
How much is wine usually?
Wine like is usually 12% alcohol by volume.
It's usually
would say.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
I always
'Cause-
thought it was higher than that.
Like, I've always been told that like beer's 5, like average. Wine's 12, average.
Mm-hmm.
And liquor
Liquor's like in the 20s to
like
40s.
20 to 40.
Yeah.
And I remember because I had to, before I didn't go to USC, they made me take like the drug and alcohol like awareness online course or
Mhm.
whatever before I go to orientation. And I kind of was able to remember it by going like, okay, wine and beer's content versus like amount is kind of inverse. Like a 12-ounce beer is 5% alcohol by volume, and then a 5-ounce glass of wine is 12% alcohol by volume, and they're each one drink. But that was just a little thing that helped me study for the fake online test I had to do to then not go to USC.
I like how USC students have to take that, and then I hear the most stories about USC students failing out of the school because they drink all the time.
Yeah.
They just get real studied up on alcohol, and then they're like, let me try this stuff. Let me try to see how far I can push myself on this stuff. Oh, shit, I'm back home.
It is the Arizona State of South Carolina, I'm pretty sure. But you get good degrees. Like, I think it's a good school in theory, but everybody I know gets fucked up when they go to school there.
Well, and it was funny, my mom called me tonight because her and my dad are officially moving to Myrtle Beach to take care of my
Wow.
grandmother.
Okay.
Because my grandfather passed away or whatever, and my grandmother's just fucked up. And so,
They're moving there. It's easier than moving her here.
well, so it's like a whole thing. But, like, basically, like, they've been renting houses, and they just finished setting this house up to get out of it, this house that they've been renting. And they've got to sell my grandmother's house first before they can move her somewhere. So they thought it would be easier just to move there.
Until they can.
Yeah, so they're moving all their stuff into storage, and then they're going to move to my grandmother's house, get all her stuff, like, organized, set up, and so it'll take, like, a couple months. They're not, like, permanently moving there.
Temporary.
Yeah.
And then they can move her down here.
Yeah, or wherever they're going to go. They haven't decided yet, because my uncle lives in Atlanta. She might go to Atlanta.
Yeah. It's like an up in the air kind of scenario.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where they were kind of, like, thinking they're like, well, why are we going to Charleston? Because neither of them have jobs there. Neither of my parents have jobs right now. That's another thing. So, like, my dad's going to Myrtle Beach to, like, get a job while they're trying to sell this thing because he's been trying to get a job in Charleston. And he got one, and then he went to my grandfather's funeral, and the guy fired him. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Oh my
Fuck.
fucking god.
Fuck the burrito company in Somerville, South Carolina. I will say that on air and put my name behind that. Fuck y'all. My grandfather died, and my dad went to go comfort my mother about it, and y'all fired him. Fuck y'all. Like,
Fuck
seriously,
y'all.
if anybody I know goes to that fucking restaurant, like, you're not fucking, I ain't riding for you, homie.
Well, glad you said that, because I remember you and, like, McClellan, I think, talking about
Yeah.
the restaurant, like, before this happened, I guess.
Mhm.
And, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
And I mean,
something
obvious-
on the list to try, and now it is not.
Yeah, and obviously, like, they're going to probably say it was something else. But, I mean, if you're hiring somebody to essentially take over your restaurant, and they come in for one day, and then they're like, yo, like, I mean, like, somebody died. Like, I got to go take care of this. Like, you're not making your decision about somebody who's taking a, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like
There
that's
was
it.
nothing to base a decision off of other
Yeah.
than they
Yeah.
took the time off to go to a funeral.
Yeah. So it's just like, come on, fam. Like, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna do him like that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying if like in the next couple of days, like if the burrito co like burns down, like, I'm not saying like, never mind. That's how I get in trouble right
Scratch
there.
that.
Yeah, scratch that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So, but my mom called me and she was telling me that, and then she was like, and like if you want to come up here and find a job up here, you can stay with us. Like, your grandma's got a ton of rooms. Like, I know, like, your apartment's going up and you haven't decided on what you want to do.
Yeah.
And she was like, you could go to Coastal Carolina. I hear it's a great school. And I was like, who the fuck did you hear that from? Like, I was like, did you hear it from all the drunks that go to this school? Like, that's a party school, Mom. And she goes, oh, well, okay, well, I don't know. Like, I guess just go to Trident then. I was like, you didn't even hear it from somebody. You were just telling me it was a good school, so I would go up there. It's like, oh my gosh. I don't know a single person who goes to Coastal Carolina who doesn't fucking party their ass off. Like, I don't hear that too much about Clemson, really.
I don't hear that about Clemson at all. In fact, I watched one of my high school classmates' Snapchats, like, recently, and, like, all her snaps are, like, either fucking partying or, like, why does my life suck? And I'm like, I don't know. But, like, I love watching her shit. Like, she
Wait, at Clemson?
No, at USC.
Yeah.
And she, like, recently just posted a snap story of, like, her friend passed out on the ground. She's like, Clemson can't hang. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, what did you do?
You need to turn her
Shit
on her
hit
side.
her. But, like, I am so amused by her party snaps. And, like, I think since she's turned 21, it's no longer going to 5 Points and sharing, like, a pitcher of margaritas with 5 straws. It's, like, more just, like, getting fucked up at home.
Yeah.
Which I think is
More adult.
it's more adult, and it's a nice development in, like, the narrative I've created for this person I'm not that close to.
You've got like a board at
I
home
follow
where you're
her
taking
dog's Instagram account. Like, I love.
What? It's getting creepy, Janie.
It's not. I think it's nice.
Have
like,
you ever thought about, like, I don't know, like model airplanes or like, another hobby besides?
No. I love following people's dog accounts. Like, there's a girl that I used to be really good friends with at Morgan Creek, and we don't really hang anymore. But I still follow her dog Pearl on Instagram. It's called The Life of Pearl, and I follow it all the time. Like, I still, like, comment, like, what a cute baby. Like, even though I don't talk to her at all. Like, I don't know, because I like to support the dogs.
Yeah.
It's not the dog's fault that we're not close, and I don't dislike her, but, like, we just don't talk.
Does she like your comments or respond to
Yeah.
your comments? Oh, okay.
And she'll tag me in, like we went to a Chance the Rapper concert together, like, 2 years ago, a year ago, I don't know. And she'll still tag me in, like, Chance the Rapper memes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I like it. And I'm like, cool, thanks, bro. Thank you for those dank memes. But, like, we don't hang out anymore.
Yeah. I'm finding, like, I've started to try harder on social media and, like, send funny things to people, and, like, when people send me funny things, like, respond to them and not just look at them and then just, like, not say anything.
Yeah.
And, like, when you do that, like, I think, like, it seems like you get, like, closer to people. Like, I don't know. It gives you, like, that, like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. Like, it's weird because I always thought social media was, like, the thing that, like, hurt physical, like, like, face-to-face relationships, like, friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, but it seems like it almost, like, complements them and, like, sprinkles in, like,
I
some
do think
interaction.
it's a compliment.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be the sole interaction. I
Mhm.
think that's an unhealthy thing, like, AKA me, like, obsessively, like, make sure to watch her Snapchat story today. Like, what did
Yeah.
she get into today? And I don't fucking know her. Like,
Yeah.
That's weird. That's a one-sided friendship right there.
Yeah.
But especially since I don't really post like stuff like that like very frequently. Like, I like to find memes and I like to like my friends' things and be positive, but I don't really feel like I have a lot to say about myself in that regard, so I don't really post that much. But I will say that, like, when like right before Legree left and we were all still hanging out and stuff, we talked at one point about, like, Bigfoot and conspiracy theories, and then, like, a couple days later, he, like, sent me a Bigfoot meme, and it was coinciding with the time where I didn't have a phone. So he sent me this meme, and I didn't respond to it, open it, like it, or anything. And he got his feelings hurt a little bit because, like, he took a chance and sent me a meme, and I didn't respond to it because I didn't know that he sent it to me. And we talked about it, and he was like, "Oh, thank God that you weren't just ignoring it." And I was like, "No, like, I love it." Like,
Well, and Legree's the type of
keep
guy.
sending me memes.
Legree, we even have, like, me and TJ joke about it now. Like, Legree is the type of dude who, like, TJ and me, we said something, like, we were going back and forth. We were doing, like, this kind of witty, like, he said something, and then, or he posted, like, a meme to our, like, our text message, like, thing between us, and, like, then I said something funny, and then he said something funny back. And then I swear to God, it was, like, 2 weeks later, nobody had said anything. And Legree responds, and he goes, "Sorry, guys, just saw this. Ha ha ha, it's so funny." And I mean, the next time I saw DJ, we were dying because we were just like, dude, why did you respond?
I think he's so pure, like, in the friendship and then, like, the positivity with, like,
Yeah.
I love it.
Dude, and we, like, attacked him last night
I
on the
know.
Snapchat.
I saw him say just like, "I did not deserve this."
Yeah, and then I was just like, yeah, you did.
You fucking left.
Yeah, you fucking left, you asshole. This is your fault. We're all mad at
Mish
you.
started it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah. I'm gonna put the nails in this coffin Mish made. Dude, that was gold, yeah.
It was so good.
I love group bullying people because it's kind of boring when you're bullying on your own. There's not as much camaraderie, but, like, when you get in a group and you're like, "Ha ha, we all hate you," like, it's so much more fun, you know?
So fun, but
Yeah.
I hate being on that end of it. I like being the, like, haha. I hate being, like,
The person getting bullied?
yeah, like,
that's
the one,
weird.
The one time, like, when I checked on that pizza,
Yeah.
I laugh now, but I
We
was
all
so mad that night. I was like, for fucking real, stop laughing at me. I'm gonna explode.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
Ugh.
Sometimes I feel like I don't like when people, like, make jokes about me. I feel like I don't respond in a way that's, like, conducive to it. Because I'm not, like, I don't think on the inside I'm, like, fighting it, but I don't think I'm, like, sending physical cues that I'm inviting it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And sometimes I feel like it gets, like, squelched fast. It might just be because I'm just, like, a real cool guy and people don't really, like, find a lot of things to make fun of me about.
Right.
But, you
Like,
know,
when you get mad about something, like, or embarrassed,
yeah.
you get roasted for a real long time.
Yeah.
But if you're not mad or embarrassed about it,
Yeah,
people forget really
guess.
fast
I guess that
because
might be it.
it wasn't funny.
Yeah, because I just kind of, like, lean into that stuff, I guess.
And that's why people are still talking about the pizza that I checked on, that I was there.
Yeah, because you got super embarrassed.
I was so embarrassed
Yeah.
that it happened, and then I was so embarrassed that you guys were making fun of me about it.
Yeah. I definitely think I could have pushed you over the edge. But I just really didn't want to deal with a restaurant shooting that night, so I was just like probably
I
not
just
gonna.
was so stressed out that night because that was like the first night in those 3 nights where it was like me and McClellan back to back by
Yeah.
ourselves, and we were unexpectedly busy for like the beginning of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And every night that week I embarrassed myself in multiple ways, but
Yeah.
that was the first one, and it really wasn't my fault that that pizza got there and I didn't know it was there because the ticket was up. I really should have asked Mish if she would take it because she was the only person I didn't talk to about it,
Mm-hmm.
but she was off doing her own shit. So I was like, McClellan, did you see it go out? She said no.
Yeah.
I asked you if you had the ticket for it, and you said no.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, so it's not even there. Like, it's just not happening. And then, like, I would walk by and I didn't see them eating pizza, and I was like, shit, like, fuck. And I walked over to update them on the pizza, and it was like behind all their other shit, and they were eating it, and it was like halfway finished, and I was like, there it is. Like,
Yeah.
regret, but whatever.
Yeah. At least you took a shower that day, though.
I showered today,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of days I don't shower, and no one fucking knows, and it doesn't matter at all.
I mean,
I stand
we
by that.
notice. We just don't say anything
No, the
about
only
it.
reason you noticed is because I also straightened my hair,
Yeah,
which I don't
the
do.
day before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Gosh, what if you had like a dye that would start like developing on your skin in like a really visible area for every day that you didn't take a shower, so people could like see, like, so the first day it would be like blue, and then it would turn like pinkish, and then it would turn yellow like day by day, and then like by the time it was like green, like it was this like green dot like on like your chin, like right here, and people were just like, really, green? Like, dude,
Tighten
what?
up.
It's like, dude, fucking, like, yo,
Well-
you can't just keep putting cologne over that, like, yo.
Well, I've heard from my blonde friends that, like, that is what happens to them. If they go a couple of days without showering, their hair just looks really dark. And people are like, did you dye your hair? And it's like, no, it's dirty. Like,
Oh, really?
mhm.
I didn't know
Like,
that.
my mom and my sister are blonde. And I know when they don't shower for a couple days. But, like, the first day, it's kind of not that bad. But, like,
Mhm.
if it's been a couple of days and they just haven't gotten around to it, like, their hair looks darker.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Kind of, but I've also heard it's not good for you to shower every single day. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting rid of too much important stuff.
Well, I've heard it's not good to wash your hair every day. So if I,
I've also heard you're not supposed to, like, shower.
like, even like, but what if it like fucking rains? Like, it's the same thing. If you're not like putting soap on you, you're just dousing yourself with water.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like, you could shower, but you just wouldn't want to use soap, I
Yeah.
guess. Because, really, according
So
to
even on your
a-
body.
Yeah.
So I can jump in the shower and cover myself with water as long as I don't put soap on me.
Yeah.
Because
But
I,
I'd
I
rather
like
just-
getting in the shower. Like, I like,
Yeah, and if it's not, like, detrimental to you, I would say just keep showering the way you're showering.
yeah.
But, like, my hair would get really oily really fast when I would shower every single day. So I had to kind of start, like, giving it time to, like, adjust so that it wouldn't get super oily after one day. You know, which is kind of weird. It's kind of counterintuitive, but, like, I don't know. By giving my hair a break and letting it get oily a little bit for a few days or whatever,
Mm.
it is overall less oily and, like, less sensitive to product and things like that. Like, my hair can hang now. Like,
Really?
better, yeah. I still need a lot of help. I still need to talk to a lot of professionals to figure out how to fucking do it. And Cece gave me a good tip. She was like, use a lot more shampoo than you think you need. It will cleanse it good, and you'll just not be, like, super greasy at your roots anymore. And that worked out well for me so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I put on, like, gobs of shampoo instead of, like, doing the tiny bit that I thought I was supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I started using like I always grow my hair out like really long, and then I'll just like cut a shit ton of it off.
Yeah.
So it's always that like weird adjustment of like, oh shit, my hair is long again. Like, I need to like use a lot more shampoo because there's like more
More
to
hair,
wash.
yeah.
Yeah, like and I think it happened like, I think it was like a couple weeks ago where I was still using the little bit that when my hair was like short was like, oh, this is way too much. My hair is short.
I need to adjust.
And then like I was just like, ah, shit, yeah, I've got to like I got an ice cream cone, this bitch. Like, just fucking put it in there. Because, yeah, it's getting fucking long. But I also saw, like, a gray hair on my head, like, 2 weeks ago, and now I don't even want to fucking cut my hair. I don't want to do it. Like, I'm, like, kind of, like, scared. I'm having, like, a quarter-life crisis. Like,
oh, come on.
no, I seriously am. Like, seriously, I saw the gray hair. I had it. I saw it. It's there. We're not going to look at it, but I saw it. It's there. And I'm not okay with it. And also, like, I'm going to leave it alone. Like, I'm going to let my hair do my thing. Also, this is probably, like, the last time I can do this. I'm getting really, like, fucking hyped right now, like, thinking about this. Like, it just, I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I won't bring it up again, but I think you're okay. Like, I think you can chill on that because,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm still going to grow it out.
Yeah. Definitely grow it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, actually, because I want to cut mine really short, and McClellan said not to, so I might not, because she said she thinks it's smarter to have long hair in the summer so you can just throw it up and not have to really work at it, versus if you have short hair, it's not easy breezy, get out of bed and do nothing to it. It's a lot of product and, like, styling, and that's going to be, like, working out to a lot of time in the bathroom with hot curling irons and straightening irons, and in the summer, that's just not a good look. You'll be very sweaty very fast.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Because I overheard her say that, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
It seems counterintuitive, but it does make sense. But, like, I don't know. My hair is, like, really brittle, but also it grows in, like, very thick, like, bundles.
Yeah, I get you there.
Like,
I'm there with you on the thick hair.
But it's just, like, it's so fucking fragile. I can't do shit to it.
Well, I don't understand that at all because I'm not really trying to ever.
Well, right.
The most I ever do to my hair is like put like gel or paste in it, which I'm still trying to figure all that shit out.
I don't know how to do it.
In all my life, I still have like not got there. I always feel like I'm on the verge of it, and then I rock it, and then I'm just like, oh gosh, this is not it. This is not it. Like look at myself in a mirror like after I'm like out, and I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing here? I need to get out of here. I look like an idiot. Like, I look like Drake Bell in his later years. In his, like, right now. Like, not looking good. Did you know Drake Bell's, like, still releasing music? He's going on a tour in Mexico.
When I was a little kid, I listened to his solo album, like, after the first Drake and Josh movie came out, because the movie, like, had a song that he had put out in the movie. It was a pretty good album.
You liked it?
Yeah.
He's got like a Spanish song. Like I'll show you to you after we get off because I can't. It'll pull us.
You can't use it.
Yeah, it's provocative though. You want to talk about yeah, it's Drake Bell, and it's like kind of in Spanish too. I think it's because he's going on like the tour in Mexico.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean it's a hip song for the kids. He also does a remix of Gucci Gang, like an acoustic remix of Gucci Gang.
Fucking dope. Like,
actually, it's pretty fucking cool.
I'm so excited about I love this song anyway, and then you telling me Drake Bell, aka my childhood crush, like covered it. Fuck yeah.
Well, I was skeptical when I heard it because when I heard him talk about it, he was saying it was like a remix, and so in my head I was imagining like the same set as Gucci Gang, but Drake Bell like dressed up like costumey, like as Lil Pump, and then like he's just replacing the verses with like a verse of his own.
Yeah.
And not really changing the chorus, but it was like actually like new instruments and stuff. So I was like, oh, that makes me feel better that I was wrong about that. If I had been right, this might not have been too fun.
I didn't want to be right, and I'm glad I wasn't.
But yeah, Janie, we are at an hour and a half. I think that's about all the time we've got for tonight.
Yeah.
This has been an amazing conversation. I'm glad to have you on.
Thank you.
Most of the time, most of the time, you've only been on one time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with Will and Lucy. And that was a phenomenal one. That
one was a long one, and it was really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the top, like, reviewed ones I get.
Nice.
So, yeah, you know, I want you to come through again.
Yes.
We've got more to come this week. I think the next podcast I'm having, which for me, everything's weird when I talk on a podcast because everything's getting posted at a different time. But this time it's like I'm time traveling. It's really cool. But the next podcast should be Marshagalo, Mish, Michelle.
Nice.
The goddess herself. I will be meeting with her tomorrow at 11 a.m. And we will be, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but, it's going to take some.
I have a good idea.
Yeah, I know. I think I know what we're going to talk about. Where all conversations with Mish goes. But who knows? We might dig a little deeper.
That's really exciting.
Go into some crazy stuff. I don't know. That's one of those ones I feel like I want to wing. And I just want to, follow the mindset of, like this one. I like podcasts like this.
Yeah.
The last one I'll have posted before this was with Carrie Klassen.
Yes.
That podcast was really fun. We talk about religion. We talk about Nazi gymnasts. We talk about Carrie beating up boys when she was younger.
She fucking could.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So yeah, definitely go listen.
Carrie is the best feminist right after Mary Shelley.
Yeah. And she had to uncover it. There's a journey to her feminism. So go fucking listen to that one.
I fucking will.
Also, I just got a fucking box from. I got stuff in the box, but I got a box of Kennedy Bird, who her clothing company is called Sorry We're Clothes. Year of the Pig shirt. I got this one. I got this shirt with some eyes on it. I haven't even broken these out yet. I've shown people the Pills one already. Pills one, super sick. And then I got this one. It's got Mothman on it. Yeah.
Mothman.
Super cool. So go to on Instagram, go to @sorry WERE We're Clothes, CLOTHES. Sorry We're Clothes, and hit her up, and you can get a t-shirt for $15. You can get tote bags for $10, and you can get these cool little prints that I've got hanging out right here, and those are $5. And she actually gave me this one for free because I putting in these cool little plugs. Not really. She has no idea I'm plugging her stuff. I'm doing it behind her back. She's my sponsor.
For free.
Yeah, I'm her sponsor, and she doesn't even know it. But I just want to sponsor stuff because that's what podcasts do. But most podcasts get money from it. But we're not going to talk about that.
We will.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Is that sorry SORRY or SARI?
I think it's SORRY. Yeah. Sorry. Well, yeah. Fuck you. Yeah, I didn't spell the sorry. But yeah, go check out Kennedy Bird, $15 t-shirts. Direct messenger. I think you get them cheaper if you direct messenger. If you try and go through her Etsy website, I think they're $20. So I'm giving you that Austin Pineapple Podcast discount. Also, when you go,
that's the tease, sis.
Yeah, just if you direct message her, just direct message, I want a t-shirt, say what t-shirt is, say what colors, and then say # a pineapple after it, and eventually she's gonna go, why the fuck are these people doing this?
You're the only mutual friend. What the fuck?
Austin, what are you telling these people?
I appreciate it, but why?
I'm also probably going to plan on doing some sort of giveaway with this stuff. This is the first time I'm saying this on a podcast. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I'm probably going to do some brainstorming about that. Maybe do a trivia thing.
Ooh, yeah. Do a question. And then the first person answer it right.
Yeah.
Gets the giveaway.
It's going to be some deep podcast stuff too.
Nice.
Because I'm going to give it to somebody who's an active listener, I'm like a teacher.
Hell yeah.
You better been taking fucking notes. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Anything you want to plug? You got some plugs? You want to plug it up? Put it in there?
I ain't got no plugs. I don't think. Yeah. I'm displeased with everything. I don't want to plug shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck
I
all
will
those.
plug the Black Eyed Peas because
Yeah.
they are still really, really good.
Well, they need some support right now.
Enjoy whatever the fuck you want, including and especially the Black Eyed Peas.
Hell yeah.
Because life is short. Fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah. You don't have to like
Hedonism all
Green
day.
Day. You don't have to like Green Day. you
No.
know? Just
You
because
don't
you're wearing a flannel and
I
a
get
black
made
shirt.
fun of for the way I dress because it's very homeless or lesbian, and I don't
Yeah.
want to be a homeless lesbian, but that's what I'm dressed for.
Maybe it's like a calling. Maybe you just haven't really found your.
Maybe
Have
I
you
haven't really
tried it?
that lifestyle
Yeah.
enough.
Have you tried it?
Sorry, Mitch. I've got a to-do list to take care of.
Oh man. Nah, it's crossing the line. I'm not gonna say it. Done with Mitch. On to the clits. There we go. And
What about onto the bitch?
well, I feel like that's. I don't know.
With
I
the
call,
Y,
I call
because he spells it with a Y.
Really?
M-Y-T-C-H.
Mitch is spelled M-Y-T-C-H.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, were his parents liberal?
I don't even know.
I think
But-
they were. There's just a part of me that thinks they leaned a little blue the way they spelled that name.
And it's not even just Mitch, it's Mitchell with a Y.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch, we're going to have to get you on the podcast to talk about your name. And
You-
only your name.
He has like such a weird and this sounds mean. I don't mean it mean, but I was just gonna say like his speaking voice has like a weird level of bass to it. Like
Mhm.
he can speak as quietly as he wants, and upstairs can hear it like
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Dude, hell yeah. He's
Fuck
going to
yeah.
resonate. We'll just push the mic back a little bit.
Just be like,
Yeah.
there you go, Mitchell.
All right, now talk from there.
Begin.
All right.
Hey guys.
But yeah, so that's all I got for today. This has
it.
been a Pineapple Podcast. Thank you, Jane Daniel,
Thank you for having me.
and good night, everyone.